Greetings everyone, Sylvain, that's 98, back at it again with another reaction. We're back with the complete history of Ultraman. We left off with the Ultraman animation one, so we're going to be looking at what comes next after that one. I think it should be like Leo or something around there. I remember my last Henshin in Order history around Leo, I think.
In 1980, Ultraman would return to live action with Ultraman 80 and
not quite Leo, 80. I messed that one up.
continue the story from where it left off after Ultraman Leo. This show was consistent with the Ultraman feel, but 80 would develop a vibe and a style all its own that would make it unique among other projects. 80! Taking place 5 years after Ultraman Leo, 80 would focus on a school teacher named Takeshi Yamato, who becomes a member of UGM, or Utility Government Members, to battle the kaiju threat. Takeshi is the human form of Ultraman 80, an Ultra from the Land of Light. Ultraman 80 would also be notable for featuring Yulian, a female Ultra who is a princess from the Land of Light, and this series did an excellent job at honoring the franchise while still delivering a lot of creative and unique elements to the audience.
Zoffy.
1984 brought the one-off special Ultraman Zoffy, Ultra Warriors vs. the Giant Monster Army. After making small cameo appearances in the Ultraverse, Ultraman Zoffy would be featured as the lead hero in this special. Featuring all of the previous Ultras, as well as a ton of kaiju, this special was a celebration of Ultraman at a time when the official series was on another hiatus.
It's good to hear.
Also released in 1984 was an Ultraman game for the MSX home computer, the very first Ultraman video game. Following the events of the original Ultraman series, this game let fans play as Ultraman and battle against kaiju. The game was pretty basic, but it captured the tone and feel of Ultraman perfectly, or at least in the best way that a game from 1984 could.
True. You couldn't exactly get too crazy with the controls on those.
The Ultra series would spin off into a kids anime with 1984's Ultraman Kids. This sub-series was focused on a young audience and would result in several different films and series.
Hey, if it works, it works. Can't really complain.
In 1987, Tsuburaya teamed up with Hanna-Barbera Productions to make an animated Ultraman series for both Japan and USA. This was Ultraman: The Adventure Begins. With a decidedly different look and tone from previous Ultraman projects, this animated film would utilize a similar style to G.I. Joe or Transformers.
You can also argue Macross Frontier, but that works.
Ultraman: The Adventure Begins was intended to be a pilot episode of a TV series, but these plans were scrapped and it was turned into a movie instead. This project offered fans a new flavor of Ultraman in much the same way that The Ultraman had done before.
Don, I would have loved to see that as an actual show here.
In 1990, Tsuburaya formed a partnership with the South Australian Film Corporation to co-produce a new Ultraman series called Ultraman Toward the Future. This series follows the adventures of Jack Shindo, a member of UMA, or the Universal Multi-Purpose Agency, who bonds with Ultraman Great. Ultraman Towards the Future would initially only release on home video and Laserdisc within Japan in 1990, before being televised in Japan during 1991, and later released in the USA in 1992. Despite Tsuburaya's partnership with the Australian Film Corporation, this show did not initially air in Australia. At only 13 episodes, this series was quite a bit shorter than what Japanese fans were used to, but its success would lead to the possibility of similar projects in the future.
The more you know. Yep, I remember seeing this from the history of Kamen Rider.
In 1993, Toku fans would be treated to a groundbreaking and exciting crossover with Ultraman vs. Kamen Rider. This project was a small, self-contained story delivering everything that fans could want from these heroes, including an action-packed story and tons of fan service. Seeing Ultraman fight alongside Kamen Rider marked a milestone within Toku and gave fans a chance to see their favorite heroes in a cool new way.
As you do when the series needs some reboots or extra excitements. Well then.
In 1993, Tsuburaya produced a unique Toku project with Gridman, the Hyper Agent. Though not technically an Ultra project, this series was extremely influential to future series, as Tsuburaya would adopt a new kind of video technology for animating special effects. This project became very popular over the years and is definitely worth mentioning here.
Sounds like a plan to me. I want to see this now. It kind of gives off the kind of like Cyber Chase, but using Ultraman powers. I dig it.
In 1994, Tsuburaya would create a direct-to-video series called Heisei Ultra 7, a sequel series to 1967's Ultra 7 that would diverge from the established story and exist within its own alternate timeline. Heisei Ultra 7 was originally conceptualized as a pair of 2 TV specials with a focus on teaching viewers about environmental causes. Several years later, the series would continue as a way to celebrate Ultra 7's 30th anniversary. More entries were added later to wrap up the story and give the series a proper ending. Due to Ultra 7's popularity within Toku, a continuation of his story within the Heisei era was a treat for fans.
Well, there we go. Oh, God.
Rounding out 1994 was an American adaptation of Gridman called Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of this one. Oh, I still remember where Dragon Ball Abridged did this one. Dragon Ball Z Abridged. They talked about... So, Vegeta, as a little heads up, what are we in for? You ever seen Power Rangers? No. Kamen Rider? No. Super Samurai Cyber Squad? No. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? No. Tattooed alien hillbillies from Beverly Hills? Oh yeah, God dang it. Jeezums.
Think it's a servo program. Oh, cool battle armor.
This series was co-produced by Tsuburaya, Deke, and Ultracom. It was distributed by All American Television, which is now Fremantle Media. Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad wasn't as popular as the Saban shows in America, but this show introduced a lot of Western fans to Gridman and the Ultraverse by extension.
Seems like I'm gonna have to try that one out instead. Or at least try Gridman, then the Samurai Cyber Squad.
1995 brought fans in Japan a series called Ultraman Powered, also known as Ultraman the Ultimate Hero within the West. This show is a co-production between Tsuburaya and a company called Major Havoc Entertainment, later known as Steppin' Stone Entertainment. This was only the second live-action Ultraman series produced outside of Japan. Ultraman. Running for 13 episodes, this series would take cues from the previously released Ultraman Towards the Future, but would surprisingly never air in the United States.
That's odd. Because you gotta go hunting for it.
In 1996, after a 15-year hiatus, a new Ultraman project would debut on Japanese television, Ultraman Tiga, marking a fresh and exciting new chapter in the legacy of Ultraman. With an updated look and a new take on the Ultraman formula, Tiga was out to revitalize the franchise in ways never seen before. This show was set in a different universe than the previous Ultra series, offering the writers limitless possibilities for crafting the stories that they wanted to tell. Set in the near future, the story of Tiga focuses on Daigo Madoka, a kind-hearted and heroic TPC officer who later joins GUTS, or the Global Unlimited Task Squad. Daigo's courage, along with the genes of an ancient civilization, allows him to transform into Tiga.
I swear, some of these acronyms are just ridiculous. Max, Squad, Guts, so on and so forth.
Tiga was the first Ultra with multiple combat modes, and this show has remained one of the most popular entries in the series since its debut, resulting in many films and crossovers, plus a full-on reboot years later. Also released in 1996 was a film serving as a parody of the Ultraman franchise with Ultraman Zearth.
Oh, yep, that's a parody.
Hailing from the land of Bright, Ultraman Zearth was extremely strong and very skilled in combat, but he would be heavily affected by anxiety. Ultraman Zearth's name originates from the word zenith, which means pinnacle or peak. He's also a germaphobe who's obsessed with cleanliness. Zearth would also get a sequel film called Ultraman Zearth 2, Superman Big Battle, Light and Shadow. In 1997, Tsuburaya released Ultraman Dyna, taking place 7 years after the events of Tiga, where a new team called Super Guts would battle against an alien race called Spheres. Our main protagonist in the series is Shin Asuka, a member of Super Guts and human counterpart to Ultraman Dyna. This series worked to continue the story that Tiga had started, and Dyna would deliver a plot
That explains why the program went from Guts to Super Guts.
rich with heart and emotion.
Dang, that's a lot to absorb, I tell you what. Anywho, Hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly did. Looking forward to seeing what else we come on to as we get closer and closer to 2000 and onward, where there's definitely an upgrade in quality from there. But still, they've definitely improved from the 1960s. That's for certain. Not to say that those shows aren't good, but they are definitely a product of the times for animation, special effects, all those things. But you gotta appreciate the practicalness that we've gone through. But you guys take care. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys want me to try and react to any of these series or even just some key clips from them, you let me know. You guys take care. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. Let's keep on battling that algorithm, reaching more people with this stuff, and I'll see you all in the next video of Toku goodness. You guys take care. See you around. Bye.